welcome back to day one of KubeCon. I'm joined by my colleague Michael. Michael's over in Detroit from Israel. And what do you do now?
I work for the city office at the Cloud Heroes team as an architect.
Yeah.
We do like a cross-portfolio solution enablement, ISVs, working with AWS on our FSx solution and all the other stuff that we do with the major cloud providers.
Excellent, excellent. So, I mean, being at this kind of conference must be really important for you, like with those new level of solutions, working with the cloud providers, with modern applications. This must be a really interesting place for you to be, to learn, yeah?
Yeah, it's very interesting because lots of the stuff we do is trying to integrate like modern applications like Kubernetes and all that stuff into our current portfolio of solutions and maybe come up with new solutions that would fit these spaces.
Yeah, so how have you been around the show today? Have you been to any interesting sessions? Is there something that you really found interesting that you'd like to talk about and tell us about today?
Yeah, I think one of the sessions resonated a lot. It was the data protection work group from Kubernetes themselves. For me, it was like a confirmation we at NetApp are doing the right things because it looks like the community is going to where we are, or we have been for several years now, and Kubernetes is building the components, the basic components inside the engine to accommodate for a backup, quiescing an application like before a backup, so they're building that into the Kubernetes engine based on container identification, quiescent, unquiescent application. So we do that today with Astra.
We do, yeah,
We've been doing that with SnapCenter, so this is what we've been telling all the time. Things haven't changed. Applications, stateful applications, still need this stuff. They're introducing change block tracking to do like differential copies of your backup. Also snapshot-based remote replication. This is what we do with SnapMirror for ages now.
Yeah.
So they're building these set of primitives into the engine like we have CSI today. Backup repositories, all that stuff. So you'll have a complete application backup view. You're able to back up locally, remotely, replicate to a different cluster, and that's actually what Astra does today.
Yeah, that's really exciting, actually. So that fits in really well. Yesterday was Cloud Native Data Management Day. You attended as well, and I did a talk, and I was talking about how we're seeing some parallels to the journey that we took in virtualization, where early versions of vCenter, early versions of ESX, and other virtualization platforms, they didn't quite have all the tools we needed to do what we need to do. Yeah. But data protection doesn't really change. You still have RTO, RPO, you still have business objectives to meet, and you need the tools to do it. So one of the things we were talking about yesterday is like in virtualization there was a tipping point. That tipping point was when we started to see backup APIs, change block tracking, site recovery manager that allowed the storage replication adapters to manage smart replication. So we use SnapMirror across different replications to different sites to do SRM. Now, hearing that they're going to bring in those sorts of features to Kubernetes really just brings to me like a validation that what we've been talking about is absolutely correct. You do need things like change block tracking to make efficient incrementals. You need source destination replication, other efficient protocol in order to get data to a disaster recovery location. So it's really, I think that was a great session. I didn't get a chance to catch it. I was working here on the booth, so I think I'll have to watch that one again in the follow-up.
Yeah, it's exactly like you say. So we're going to have like a VAI and an SRA and a CBT just for Kubernetes instead of VMware. So it's like...
I'm really starting to see that from the first few years, we've had kind of very cloud native and very modern approaches to applications. But as the enterprise starts to adopt Kubernetes, we're seeing some more serious enterprise key features creeping their way in.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more influence from the table stakes features that the enterprises want. And I think that's actually going to really help with adoption. So when it comes to the keystone applications of the enterprise now, when they want to move those to Kubernetes, having these features is going to make that really useful.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the show, and we'll be back for another recap tomorrow, and enjoy your visit to Detroit.
Yeah.